बस 1 मिनट दीजिए। बस 1 मिनट। यस। शुरू करें?
Yeah, good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are in good health and taking good care of yourself. As the September 2025 examinations approach, I trust you have been using your time wisely and preparing earnestly. Students, exams not only test your academic knowledge, but also your inner strength, discipline, and the ability to manage stress effectively. It's perfectly natural to feel anxious before any examination. But remember, you are stronger than your doubts. As Nelson Mandela said, that I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Believe in yourself, stay committed, and keep moving forward. There are no shortcuts to success. With this, on behalf of Board of Studies Academic ICAI, I, Dr. Ruchi Agarwal, extend a warm welcome to this special session on success at CA exam for paper 6B, strategic management at the intermediate level. Many of you may have been facing questions or concerns about the paper, especially during this crucial time. Rest assured, you are not at all alone. BoS ICI team is always along with you. In our previous session held on July 31st, 2025, we discussed how to prepare for the exam. Today, we shift our focus a little bit to how to score well in the exam. So, students, I can say that strategic management is often seen as a theoretical subject, but in reality, it is rich in practical insights. Concepts become far more engaging when we connect them with real world events, such as Reliance Retail leap into instant grocery delivery, quick commerce revolution, Tata's game changing acquisition of Air India, and their strategic reboot of the airline. Zomato entering the logistics game, branching out from food delivery to B2B supply, Tesla's strategic entry into India, our country. Talk about barriers, bargaining power, and first mover advantage. So many concepts are there in day-to-day life. Each of these is a living case study in strategic management. Let me now share with you some key strategies to enhance your preparation. What are the key strategies? How effective preparation tips for paper 6B strategic management? Read business magazines and newspapers, which I always said in my each and every class that it is very important for a strategic management student to read business magazines and newspaper on daily basis. Why? To stay updated with current affairs and business trends. They help you relate theoretical concepts of strategic management with practical developments. Secondly, case study analysis. Read each case study multiple times. Identify key decision making points, that what are the key decision making points, and frame your answers accordingly. Practice answer writing. Refine your ability to write crisp, analytical, and well structured answers. This is critical for scoring well in the examination, because few of the students write vague answers. So you have to articulate the answer in such a way which gives crisp, analytical, and well structured format. Next is avoid rote learning, which is again an important aspect. Focus on understanding the concepts rather than to cram, rather than to memorize. Conceptual clarity helps in tackling case scenarios with confidence. Apply theory to real business events, that I have already told you, that use real life examples to enrich your answers and make them more meaningful, more impactful, more effective. Now, I'm sharing my screen to walk you through the examination day strategies and tips specific to CA paper 6B strategic management at intermediate level. Students, if you have any queries during this session, during this discussion, please feel free to ask. This session is designed to be interactive and informative. Let's make it count. You can send your queries through the link as well as through chat. Before we begin the session, the discussion, let me leave you with a powerful quote by Thomson Edison. There is no substitute for hard work. Wishing you all the very best in your preparations. Your dedication will pave the way to your success only. So, with this, I can say now let's begin with the session. I'll start my session, that Success at CA Exam Series 2 for paper 6B Strategic Management. To brush up, what is the objective of scheduling this class? To brush up your knowledge, focus on your presentation skills, how to write the answers, how to articulate the answers, what is best exam strategy, what should be the ideal exam strategy during the 3 hours examination, solving of questions which we have to opt earlier, which we have to opt later on, discussion on such common issues like how to score good marks and what should be the way, what is basically the marking scheme or paper pattern, these all the things, and working on improvement of your preparedness, and always it is always that motivate you from better to best, yet is best is yet to come. It is always meaningful. Next, first of all, we will take up about the examinations, right? That during the exam time, what we should do. Importance of strategic management exams. Understand key concepts. First of all, understand the key concepts. Strategic management examinations requires a comprehensive understanding of key concepts and the ability to apply them in the real world scenarios. Develop a clear strategy. For what? For exam. As you prepare for your strategic management exam, it is essential to have a clear strategy in your mind to tackle the questions effectively. Some of the tips to help you excel on the exam day, such as, first of all, understand the importance of understanding the exam pattern for effective preparation. So understanding the exam pattern is crucial for effective preparation because it helps you tailor your study approach to specific requirements of the exam. Then, exam pattern overview. Understand the exam pattern. Familiarize yourself with the exam pattern, including the number of questions, types of questions, how many are objective, how many are subjective, and the weightage of each section. This will help you plan your time and efforts accordingly. Then, skill-wise weightage. This I have already covered in my previous session, that the skill-wise weightage is level 1, level 2. There are 2 levels, comprehension and knowledge, 30 in between 30 to 55%, and level 2 analysis and application-based questions, which may come in between 45% to 70%. So these all are the 5 chapters: Introduction to Strategic Management, in Strategic Analysis, External Environment, Strategic Analysis, Internal Environment, Strategic Choices, and Strategy Implementation and Control. These all the 5 chapters are having equal weightage, that is 15% to 25%. That means minimum 9 marks and maximum 15 marks. So there is no scope to study selective. If you have opted to not to do any one of the chapter, that means minimum, bare minimum, you are losing your 9 marks, and maximum it may be till 15 marks out of 15. So it is my advice to all my students, please don't do selective study. There are only 5 chapters and you have to do all the 5 chapters because all the 5 chapters have equal weightage. So we can't go for selective study. The most important thing is paper pattern. Paper pattern of strategic management part B. This paper is totally consist of 100 marks, financial management and strategic management. Out of that, strategic management consists of 50 marks, 50 marks. And what is the bifurcation of these 50 marks? 15 marks MCQs and 35 marks descriptive, right? And all the MCQs are compulsory. Further, there is a bifurcation in the MCQs, that is 10 marks case scenario based 5 MCQs, and there are 3 independent application based MCQs of 5 marks, which are like 2 plus 2 plus 1. And remember that these all the MCQs, whether it pertains to case scenario based MCQs or it pertains to independent application based MCQs, all are analysis and application based MCQs. That means in total 15 marks MCQs are totally analysis and application based. That's why you require the conceptual clarity. Then come to the descriptive portion, that is of 35 marks. It is further divided. Descriptive is one question is of 15 marks, which is again a compulsory question, and this 15 marks question is further divided into 3 caselet based questions, and these 3 caselet based questions are having no choice. You have to attempt all the 3 questions, and these are descriptive, but they are analysis and application based questions. So you can say that this portion, around 30 marks portion, is of analysis and application based questions. The rest is 20 marks paper, that is out of this 15 marks you have, now you have how many marks? 20 marks in your hand, which is totally descriptive, wherein choice to select 2 questions out of 3 questions. Choice to select 2 questions out of 3 questions with 2 parts of each 5 marks. Till the time everything is compulsory, we don't have any choice. But here, there is a choice that out of 3 questions, you have to attempt any 2 questions. And many a times it is also possible that in any of the 1 question, there is also 1 internal choice, right? So, and these questions are more or less, they are comprehensive and knowledge based, but it may also be possible that few of them are analytical based. It depends upon the weightage, right? So the next is about tips for solving case scenario based MCQs. What are the tips how we can score full out of full in MCQs? It makes a difference. So that's why it's very essential, it's very important to understand that how we can score maximum or full marks in MCQs. So my dear students, start with the questions. While you are attempting the case scenario based MCQs, first start with the questions. Begin by reading the questions related to the case scenario. Then identify the concepts, note down or mentally identify the concepts mentioned in the questions. Then read the case scenario. Read the case scenario with a focus on finding the concepts identified in the questions. Apply your knowledge. Link concepts. Connect the concepts from the questions to relevant parts of the scenario. Then again return back to the questions. Revisit the questions and attempt to solve them based on linked concepts and scenarios. Build speed and accuracy. This approach can help you solve case scenarios more effectively and accurately, improving your overall performance. How to attempt the independent application-based MCQs. First question is scenario-based MCQs. Then how to attempt the independent application-based MCQs. Here, students, read the question carefully. Twice, thrice. Read the question carefully. Understand the scenario presented in the question and the specific information it provides, because the answer is within it. You have to identify after reading, after analyzing the scenario. So that's why I'm emphasizing that read the question very carefully. Understand the scenario presented in the question and the specific information it provides. Identify the key concepts. Read it, then identify the key concepts. Determine which strategic management concepts are being tested in the question. This could include topics like competitive advantage, strategic analysis, formulation, implementation, strategic options, strategic exist, any Michael Porter strategy, any generic strategy, and etc. etc. Analyze the situation. Consider the given situation from the perspective of the concepts you have identified. Think about how the principles of strategic management, how the concepts of strategic management apply to the scenario. Now it's application. First you have to read, then identify, then analyze. Then eliminate the incorrect options. There are 4 options MCQs. In MCQs, there are 4 options. It is not always necessary that we have to select. We can eliminate the incorrect options. Exclude answer choices that are clearly incorrect based on your understanding of the concept and the given situation. And if you have eliminated the 2, 1, that you are having the choice of 2 again. So out of 2, now there is a stiff competition, or you can say we will not able to find out. Sometimes we feel that this one is correct, sometimes we feel that this one is correct. So at that time, what you have to do, choose the best answer. Select the option that best aligns with the strategic management concepts and the specific details of the scenario provided in the question. This is very important. Many a times students gave the answers on the basis of the concept only, but you have to think that in that particular scenario, what is the real situation? Accordingly, you have to give the answer. Review your answer. Definitely double check your answer selection to ensure it accurately reflects the application of strategic management concepts in the given situation. Then move on. If you are unsure about your answer, you are not sure, make your best guess and move on to the next situation. You can always come back to it later if you have time, right? But don't stick to it that no, I will do once I will clear this, then only I can move to next. No, don't waste your time. You have spent enough time on your question. Whatever you feel that this may be the correct or this may be the correct, please do it here. If the time permits you, you can always welcome to come back and visit this question again. Next is answering the compulsory caselet based descriptive questions. Students, here the performance is a little bit, uh, I can say, not satisfactory over here. Why it is so? Because students are not able to, many a time students are not able to understand, identify what is basically asked in the question. Or if they know that, they were not able to articulate the answers. So how you will attempt these questions? Use the star approach. This approach is very good approach. Use the star approach. When answering caselet based questions, use the star approach. First situation, identify the key issues or concepts in the case. Then task, explain the concept or theory relevant to the case. Then action, discuss the actions taken or recommended based on the situation. And then result, that is conclude with an outcome or impact of the action. And if you know the example, you can use that also. You have to write in such a fashion where you can brief all the points within the stipulated time frame, and considering that this question is of 5 marks also. Next is how to answer direct theoretical questions. There are 3 direct theoretical questions, and out of 3 you have to opt for any 2. Here there is a choice. So highlight the main points with a brief description such as bullet points, headings, or the keywords. Write your answers in a clear and concise manner. Rather than trying to cover everything in that particular concept, focus on providing in-depth analysis and well-supported arguments. Quality of content is more important than quantity. Please remember this, that quality of content is more important than quantity. Break the answer into brief points or paragraph. Support your answer with relevant examples for real world scenarios to demonstrate your understanding of the concepts. Ensure your examples are well explained and directly related to the points you are making. Don't give wrong examples. Avoid dramatic representation or flow chart. And don't prepare unnecessarily flow charts or something like that. Give a logical answer. Now this is all about paper pattern and how to attempt the questions in your exam. Now the question is how to manage time in examination. How to manage time? Utilize reading time, which is very important. Make optimal use of 15 minutes provided for reading the paper. Quick review. Quickly go through all the questions to get an idea of what is being asked in the question. Select the questions, choose the questions you will attempt based on your preparation and comfort level. And then mark questions. Mark the questions you plan to attempt first and to maintain the focus. This work you have to do during your reading time. Quick, very quick we have to be. Then after that, time allocation. Allocate time for each question based on its difficulty level and marks allocated. Reserve at least 10 minutes for revision. Whatever you have left or you have given a guess, you can go back to those questions during your revision. Adhere to the time. Be very, very particular about that. Stick to the allocated time for each question to ensure you cover all the questions. Answer length. Keep your answers precise, concise, and relevant to the marks allocated to each question, which is very important. Don't write the essays. If you know that, you write. No. According to the marks given, you have to write the answers. And at the last, in conclusion, I can say that please, students, be confident. Use these tips to enhance your exam taking skills and approach your question with confidence. And time management, practice, and effective preparation. These are the crucial for success in your strategic management exams. So they all are very, very important while you are giving the exam. Now I am taking, if anybody have any queries, feel free to send me the queries, or I will take some of the common issues which students feel, or let me once finish this PPT, then we can take the queries. Common issues. What is the marking pattern in strategic management? Students generally ask this. Beta, please know that marking pattern, there is a stepwise marking pattern is followed. Breakup of marks done for writing of relevant concept headings. Application of that concept with respect to the given situation in the question. What are the sources available for revision and practices? Oh my God, there are so many sources which the BoS is providing you. Through live virtual classes. How we can access the live virtual classes? Through BoS mobile app, through all recorded classes, assignments, notes, everything is available. There are ample number of questions in the assignments. In every chapter, we have tried to give you the scenario based questions so that you can able to write understand that the kind of questions we may ask, and every question has been discussed in the class itself, and the faculty have discussed the questions well in the classes, and you can, if you by chance you have missed any of the class, you can see the recorded classes. MCQs practice portal, which is again a very important tool. where you find so many independent MCQs, mm, um, MCQs of three levels like simple, difficult, as well as medium, and case scenarios with MCQs. There are around 40 scenarios available on the MCQ practice portal for your practice. So please do practice all these things over there. Then RTPs, we have RTP of May 2024, May, September 2024, January 2025, May 25, and September 25. You can go through those RTPs, see how you can write the answers, by your own, and then check that whether you have written the answers in the fashion or not. Suggested answers, you are having suggested answers, you have so many past attempts question papers, mock test papers, both the series of May 24, September, January, May, September. That means you are having 10 mock test papers in your hand for practice. But remember that this you have to do it by yourself. Make a practice, sit in an examination condition, close your door for 1.5 hours, and put your mobile as well as other gadgets outside your room and do the mock test in a mock way. It will definitely help you while you are attempting the questions paper in your examinations. So please do this, practice it. It is very, very important. Then few students ask this question: can we write answers in our own language? Yes, beta, yes, you can. Why you can't? But do not forget to use the keywords, underline them, and make sure you write answers in bullets as much as possible. But please remember that use the terminology of strategic management while you are writing the answers. Don't give vague answers. Don't write normal language. And why is that important? Why is that important to write the answers in such a fashion? It helps make your answer easy to read and mark by the examiner well. Chances are very less to skip the answers while giving the marks. That's where we are emphasizing on it. Uses of language, manner of giving answers. It is very important. Language to be used should have business touch. Business touch. It is very important. Use the terminology. No generic answers. Don't write stories. Be specific. What have been asked in the question paper, you have to write the answer. Use bullets and pointers as much as possible. Properly framed language. No flowcharts, nothing without relevance. Underline the keywords, which is very important. Keep it simple and easy to understand. Don't try to make it flowery. Proper conclusion in line with requirement of question is a must. While you are right, then is there any negative marking in the paper? No, there is no negative marking. So you have to attempt all the questions, all the MCQs. If you are not 100% sure about the answer, but please attempt that. what is your gut feeling, or what closure answers. So two possible, if you are having two closure options in your hand, please attempt definitely. Because there is no negative marking while you are attempting. Which part to attempt first, part A or part B? Students asked such questions also. So I would suggest students, this is what you can decide that. But make sure the part you start, you should complete that before going to the other one. Otherwise, it will create a mess for both. And do not mix both the parts. Complete one and then go to the other one. With this, I can say, to succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion at your goal. This is said by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab. With this, I can say that please students, if anybody have any query related to strategic management, feel free to ask me or chat, or send it either through chat or through link. If anybody have any query, please post your queries. Any doubt, please tell me so that I will try to solve your doubts. Chandana, do you want to ask anything? Yeah, you want to ask. Unmute yourself. Chandana?
No, no, ma'am.
Yeah. Do you have any doubt in strategic management? How your preparations are going on?
Uh, Today is my first class, ma'am.
Today is your first class. Class
Yes.
of what? You are attempting for sitting in the September 2025 examinations.
नहीं मैं मैं 2026.
Acha, okay, okay. So how you are preparing?
आज स्टार्ट किया हूँ मैं.
आज स्टार्ट किया है. Okay, okay.
मैं ऑफ ग्रेजुएशन हुआ था इसलिए.
It's fine. चलो ठीक है. Okay. Mute कर लो अपने आप को. Mute yourself. Thank you. Anybody have any doubt? Feel free to send your doubts either through the chat or through query link. Or otherwise, with this, we will move forward and try to solve the MTP2. First, I will take MTP2, and if time permits, we can do MTP1 also. Right? Mock test paper series 2, August 2025 में हुआ है, and it was on, I think, 11th of August, I suppose. How many of them have do it as per the examination scenario? Mock exam. Okay. See, let us see. As I told you that in case scenario, first we can read the questions fast based on the Mandlow's matrix. So the question is of Mandlow's matrix. We have to find out the Mandlow's matrix. Answer, would you categorize dealers in the case of Nav Uday who have significant influence and expect alignment with the company's future strategy? That means you have to find out this. Then there is a question from 7S McKinsey model. 7S McKinsey model. Then Porter's 5 forces. After that, now Uday's decision to export to less competition in international markets like Africa. There must be some discussion about this situation in the case, and accordingly we have to identify the level of strategy. And then core business model of offering reliable functional scooters at an affordable price. Prior to the market desertion was primarily a, which one is the generic strategy given by Michael Porter's. So we are having 4 or 5 concepts in our hand while we are reading the scenario. Now we will start reading the scenario. Nav Uday Electric Mobility Private Limited, a family-led company based in Pune, began its journey in 1998 as a modest battery manufacturer. Under the leadership of its founder, Mr. Prakash Deshmukh, and later his children, the company evolved into a respected player in the electric two-wheeler segment, especially catering to semi-urban and tier 2 markets in India. Right? Till the time it is clear, I think. So here, what are the things which we have to highlight? That began a battery manufacturer, right? Electric two-wheeler segment, then focused on semi-urban and tier 2 markets in India. Their electric scooters earned a reputation for being sturdy, affordable, and well suited to the Indian roads, with a loyal customer base. So they are having loyal customer base and an extensive dealer network. Distribution is also good. Nav Uday enjoyed steady growth for many years. Right? This is all about Nav Uday. However, in 2020, so what are the challenges now? The Indian EV landscape started changes rapidly. International players. There is a question from here. International players such as Volterra Motors from Germany and Huaride from South Korea entered the market with AI-enabled features, aspirational designs, and strategic e-commerce partnership. Their sleek, tech-savvy scooters captured the attention of India's urban youth and redefined customer expectations. Nav Uday, which had traditionally focused on functionality and affordability, found itself losing momentum in the face of this disruption. Recognizing the challenges, Nav Uday's leadership initiated a comprehensive strategic review. It became evident that while the company maintained strong relationships, by seeing these challenges, what Nav Uday's leadership initiated a comprehensive strategic review. And it became evident that while the company maintained strong relationship and value-driven culture, it had to keep pace with the emerging market trends and global innovations. The rigid functional structure, outdated information system, and conservative decision-making process hindered its ability to adapt quickly. Employees, though skilled in cost-effective engineering, lacked exposure to global design thinking and user-centric innovation. This is all about Navoday's drawbacks in comparison to their competitors. Now, the review also identified key stakeholders, Mandlow's matrix, such as dealers, regulatory authorities, and potential partners, whose growing influence need to be addressed through stronger engagement and alignment with the company's future goals. Three strategic alternatives emerged from the above mentioned analysis. First is targeting less competitive international markets like Africa and Asia with the same setup. Second is becoming a contract manufacturer for global EV brands entering the India. And third is monetizing their patented battery swapping technology by licensing it within EV ecosystem. So the company is having three options, three strategic alternatives in this situation. Now Uday choose a hybrid path. They have chosen a hybrid path, combining second and third option. And what are second and third options? Provide things to the as a contractor, as well as they begin manufacturing for international players while licensing their underutilized battery swapping technology globally. This dual strategy allowed the company to diversify its revenue streams with lower capital risk while playing to its engineering strengths. Right? To support this strategic shift, the company restructured its operations, implemented agile processes. What strategic shift? Company restructured its operations, implement agile processes, adopted integrated information systems, and empowered leaders across departments to make faster, data-driven decisions. They also onboarded professionals with global exposure and established innovation-focused teams. By balancing the traditional culture and with transformation, Nav Uday is now better positioned to compete on a global scale, while staying rooted in its core values of trust and reliability. The company has embraced adaptability, innovation, and collaboration as cornerstones for its future goal. Very interesting. Based on the above scenario, answer the questions. Based on Mandlow's metric, how would you categorize dealers in the case of Nav Uday, who have significantly influence and expect alignment with the company's future strategy? Tell me, what should be the correct answer and why? High power, dealers are high power, significant influencer, and high interest because they expect alignment with the company's future strategy. They are having high interest. Next is when Nav Uday onboarded professionals with global exposure and established innovation focused teams. It primarily impacted which S McKinsey model? Which one? Skills. They are taking the professionals now, hiring the global professionals for professionals which are having global exposures. So they are hiring skill based personals. Next is in the context of Porter's five forces, the entry of Voltaro Motors and Huarite into Indian EV market represents what? Threat of substitutes? No. Bargaining power of suppliers? No. Threat of new entrants because they are also now coming in our market. Now Uday's decision to export to less competitive international markets like Africa and Southeast Asia would primarily be classified as corporate level strategy, business level, functional, or network. It's a clear cut case of corporate level. It's a top level decision that in which market company has to execute its business. Next is Nav Uday's core business model of offering reliable, functional scooters at an affordable price prior to market disruption. What kind of disruption? Tech savvy, AI driven, innovative, was primarily a cost leadership strategy, differentiation strategy, focus, or diversification. It's a cost leadership strategy at affordable prices we are providing. So this is how you have to attempt the MCQs or in the case scenario. So आपके 10 marks surely पक्के हो गए, right? Then compulsory application based independent MCQs. Green Sprout Organics, a sustainable agriculture company, offers a range of eco-friendly farming products. Its portfolio includes mature products generating steady cash flow and several new offerings with high growth potentials. High growth potential is there. Recently, Green Sprout launched a cutting edge organic biofertilizer in a rapidly expanding market. In which quadrant of BCG matrix would this new product most likely be placed? Question mark. Next is in his pursuit to expand the family business to Dubai, Dharmavir Singh, the successor of the renowned architect late Sri Lala Rampal Singh, faced a dilemma. Despite receiving positive feedbacks from various potential investors, a common trend emerged where the emphasis was primarily on swift construction, neglecting the importance of structural longevity. Dharma finds himself at a cross border roads. What strategic approach could assist him in formulating a robust and coherent business that roadmap that aligns with his vision for sustainable growth? Vision, mission, goals and objectives, values and systems. Of course, values and systems. Next and last MCQ is a tech startup wants to enter a new market by introducing a new AI powered product to an entirely new customer segment. Which strategic option best represents this move? Tech startup wants to enter a new market by introducing new product. It's a clear cut case of tech startup wants to enter a new market by introducing a new AI powered product to an entirely new customer segment. That is diversification, right? So this is all about MCQs, which all the MCQs are compulsory. So by doing so much, you will definitely score 15 out of 15. So आपका 15 marks confirmed. What about this? Descriptive questions, question number 1, which is a compulsory question. ABC Corporation, a multinational consumer electronics company, is planning to expand its operation into a new country. Good. Good enough. The company's senior management is evaluating the potential risks and opportunities of entering this new market. As part of their analysis, they decided to use the PESTLE framework: political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environmental, to assess the external factors that could impact their decision. How can the PESTLE framework help ABC Corporation assesses the external factors affecting its decision to expand into a new country? How? The PESTLE framework can help the ABC Corporation assess the external factors affecting its decision to expand into a new country by considering the following aspects, such as political factors like stability of the government, government policies on foreign investment, trade agreements, and regulatory frameworks. Then economic factors like GDP growth rate, inflation rates, exchange rates, economic stability, etc., etc. By social factors such as the cultural norms, demographics, lifestyle trends, education. Understanding all these factors can help the company tailoring the marketing strategies in the new market. Technological factors such as infrastructure, technological advancement, level of technology adoption, these all are the things. Then legal factors, what are the bylaws, laws, regulations related to the foreign investment, intellectual property rights, IPRs, labor laws, etc. And then environmental factors such as climatical changes, environmental regulations, sustainability. Nowadays sustainability practices are also very much available. So these all you have to identify. Overall, the PESTLE framework can provide the ABC Corporation a comprehensive analysis of external factors that could impact the decision to expand into a new market, new country, helping the company make informed and strategic decisions. So this is all about PESTLE analysis. This you have to write. After that, there is another question. A leading smartphone manufacturer has partnered with a reputed software firm to jointly develop a next generation AI enabled operating system. Both companies maintain their independent operations, but collaborate closely on product design, development, and marketing. The partnership aims to leverage shared resources, complementary expertise, and expanded market access for mutual benefit. Identify and explain the form of cooperative strategy being used in this scenario. It's a clear cut case of strategic alliance. दोनों का partnership है, aims to leverage shared resources, complementary this. So strategic, both are having different identity. And after that, you can write what is basically strategic alliance. It's a relationship between two or more businesses that enables each to achieve certain strategic objectives which neither would be able to achieve on its own. The strategic partners remains independent entities, shares the benefits and control of the partnership and contribute resources until the alliance is terminated. Right? So this is a clear-cut case of strategic alliance. After that, there is another scenario question. Green Edge Solutions, a mid-sized technology company, has implemented a new strategic plan focused on achieving sustainable growth and strengthening its market presence. The leadership team is determined to monitor the effectiveness of their strategies to ensure they align with the organization's overall goals and objectives. They seek a systematic approach to assess key performance areas critical to their success. What are strategic performance measures? And how can Green Edge Solutions effectively use them to evaluate and enhance the success of their strategic plan? So here you have to write the strategic performance measures and how can effectively used by these Green Edge Solutions about the SPM. What are these? Financial measures, customer satisfaction measures, marketing measures, employee measures, innovation, and environmental measures. Using these measures, Green Edge Solutions can systematically assess its strategy and make informed decisions to drive sustainable growth and success. So this is all about the compulsory questions. Now, imagine you are a strategic consultant. It's very interesting that you are a strategic consultant advising a retail company that is facing increasing competition from online retailers. So clear. Nowadays it is happening. Rather, I should say 3-4 years back it was more kind of. The company is considering several strategic options to improve its market position. Using the concept that strategy is partly proactive and partly reactive, explain how the company can develop a strategic approach to address this challenge. You have to write the about proactive strategy. When it is proactive, the company can proactively analyze market trends and customer preferences to identify opportunities for growth. And reactive कैसा होगा? The company should also prepare to react to those to changes in the market environment, and accordingly they have to either like the competitors launches an online mode shopping platform, the company should quickly assess the impact of its of all this move on its business and develop a response. This is reactive. Okay, so you have to write in such a way and compare both and close the question. After that, there is a question: changes in environmental forces often require businesses to make modifications in their existing strategies. In view of the same, explain the areas to be focused while considering concepts of strategic change. Also explain the steps to initiate strategic change process. It's a very straightforward question of strategic change. How to initiate strategic change? By recognizing the need for change, then created a shared vision to manage the change, and then institutionalize the change. After that, CDE Holdings operates in various sectors, including manufacturing fitness equipments, organic foods, eco-friendly products, and children's educational tools. The organization is currently in the process of recruiting CEO, Chief Executive Officer. In this scenario, imagine yourself as a HR consultant for CDE Holdings. Identify the strategic level that encompasses this role within CDE Holdings. Provide an overview of the key duties and responsibilities falling under the Chief Executive Officer's scope. So you have to write the key duties and responsibilities like oversee the development of the strategies, defining the mission and the goals, determining what business is, allocating resources, formulating and implementing strategies, providing leadership, guiding, controlling, maximizing shareholders' wealth, and divestment and acquisition processes. These all are the roles and responsibilities of a CEO. After that, there is a straightforward question on concept of experience curve and highlights its relevance in strategic management. I think this you people can do it very well. Then distinguish between concentric and conglomerate diversification. It's a very interesting difference of diversification. What is concentric diversification? When a firm adds related products or markets. Okay? And conglomerate is diversify into areas that are unrelated to its current business. Give the examples and linkages, right? Then how can Mandlow's matrix be used to analyze and manage the stakeholders effectively? You have to write the steps of Mandlow's matrix. First, identify the stakeholders, then assess the power and interest, then plot stakeholders grid, which is important. Stakeholders grid like that. Keep satisfied, key players, keep informed, low priorities since it is a power, and this is interest. You have to plot this, then develop the strategies for each quadrant, that what is should be idle in key players, then key informed, keep satisfied, how you will move, and then monitor and adaptation, which is again a last step of Mandlow's matrix. Or you can opt for this question. A beverage company is launching a new line of energy drinks targeted at health conscious consumers. The strategic manager wants to study the market position of rival companies in the energy drink segment. Which tool can be used for this analysis and what is the procedure to implement it effectively. So, what is basically there? While you are launching a new line of energy drink targeted at health conscious consumer, the strategic manager wants to study the market position. Study the market position of rival companies. Immediately comes in our mind strategic group mapping. Right? And then afterwards, you have to write the procedure that how to implement it. Like identify the competitive characteristics, then plot the firms in two variables, then assign the firms, and then draw circles around the. This is all about strategic group mapping. With this, I have completed this mock test 2. If any student have any doubt, you are most welcome to raise your hand or drop your queries, send your queries, post your queries so that we can address those queries, or otherwise I will close the session. So if anybody have any query, yeah. Balkishan is asking, ma'am, can I know the key elements in intro chapter? Intro chapter means you want to ask me about chapter 1? Beta, I have already told you that every chapter is important. I can't say that this question, this topic is more important, this topic is less important, or this is relevant, this is not relevant. No. Every topic is important in each chapter. Because I already told you that in strategic management, all chapters are having equal weightage. So we can't do any kind of selective study over here. Okay? Okay, Balkishan? Anybody have any query? Please post your queries. Any query? And if you find that you are having the query later on, you can send your queries on our email ID ruchi.gupta@icai.in. I'm more than happy to give reply to all your queries and doubts in strategic management. I'm waiting for just 1 or 2 minutes. If anybody have any query, please post your query, or otherwise we will wind up the session. Okay, thank you students. Thank you, listen me very patiently, and wish you all the best for your future endeavors as well as your upcoming examinations. My best wishes are always with you. Take care, take good care of yourself, and be confident, and always remember that believe in yourself and there is no shortcut of success. Only hard work will give you success. Please dedicatedly do work hard and get success. Thank you very much. Thank you, my technical team. Tech support. Thank you very much. Session is over. Yeah, session is over.